If you're over 60, what I'm about to reveal might shock you, but it could also be the one breakthrough your body has been silently begging for. Imagine this: a modest, overlooked natural oil hidden in the back corner of your cabinet, nearly forgotten, holds the power to reset your body's most stubborn ailments. Not through gallons, pills, or expensive prescriptions. Just 2 tiny drops at night. That's it. Too good to be true. That's exactly what most people think until they try it. We live in a world obsessed with quick fixes, miracle pills, and endless appointments. Yet the real answer to chronic joint pain, sluggish digestion, sleepless nights, and dry, thinning skin might lie in an ancient solution we've ignored for far too long. Castor oil, used by civilizations for thousands of years and quietly backed by modern science, this powerful remedy is not just a skin moisturizer or folk laxative, it's a biological trigger. A trigger that, when used correctly, can unleash a cascade of restorative reactions deep within your body. Not temporarily masking the problem, but targeting it. And when used before bed, during the time your body naturally shifts into healing mode, the effects can be life-changing. This is especially true for older adults. With age, our bodies slow down, immune responses weaken, and small issues, constipation, stiff knees, dry skin, become daily battles. These aren't isolated problems. They're interconnected signs that the body is no longer functioning in harmony. But here's where castor oil steps in, not with a sledgehammer approach, but with quiet precision. Just 2 drops at the right time can help tip the balance back in your favor. Not through hype, but through biology. In this article, we'll explore the science, real-life success stories, and proven methods for using castor oil to support a healthier, more comfortable life over 50. We'll dive deep into how this oil affects your joints, your sleep, your gut, and even your immune function, breaking down what really happens once those 2 drops go to work. If you're serious about aging well, naturally and powerfully, keep reading. Because what you're about to learn could mark the turning point in your daily wellness routine. The invisible struggles of aging. Aging doesn't always announce itself with drama. Often it begins with subtle losses: a few extra minutes to get out of bed, a nagging ache in the knees, nights of tossing and turning, or the constant search for the nearest bathroom. Over time, these add up to a much deeper truth: your body's internal systems are slowing, and the mechanisms that once self-regulated with ease are no longer keeping up. For many older adults, inflammation becomes a silent companion. It manifests as chronic joint pain, puffy legs, or digestive discomfort. According to the CDC, over 54 million Americans, nearly 23% of the adult population, suffer from some form of arthritis, and the vast majority are age 65 or older. The condition doesn't just reduce mobility, it chips away at independence, confidence, and quality of life. Then there's sleep. The National Institute on Aging reports that over 40% of people age 60 and above experience chronic sleep disturbances. Whether it's trouble falling asleep, waking multiple times through the night, or rising still exhausted, poor sleep isn't just annoying, it's dangerous. It affects cognitive function, weakens the immune system, and even increases the risk of heart disease and depression. And what about digestion? Bloating, constipation, gas, or irregularity are not simply inconveniences. They're signs of a gut in distress. Aging slows down gastrointestinal motility, the rhythm your intestines rely on to move food. With medications, dehydration, and inactivity playing a role, constipation becomes more than an occasional nuisance, it becomes chronic. It's tempting to treat each of these issues separately: a cream for the knees, a pill for sleep, a powder for digestion. But that approach ignores the root cause: your body is out of sync. What's needed isn't just another treatment. What's needed is a reset. And that's where castor oil begins to shine. Why 2 drops of castor oil may be enough. Castor oil isn't magic. It's not a miracle. It's chemistry backed by both tradition and clinical insight. At the heart of castor oil lies ricinoleic acid, a rare fatty acid that accounts for over 85% of its composition. This compound is what gives castor oil its anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, and circulatory properties. But what's more impressive is how this compound interacts with the body's natural repair systems. When applied topically, castor oil penetrates through the outer layers of skin and into the tissues beneath. This isn't like your average moisturizer. The oil moves through the dermis, entering lymphatic channels and supporting improved fluid movement. As the lymphatic system becomes more efficient, it removes cellular waste, reduces swelling, and enhances immune responses. When taken internally in microdoses, ricinoleic acid triggers intestinal receptors that stimulate peristalsis, the muscle contractions that move waste through the digestive tract. This action isn't aggressive like over-the-counter stimulant laxatives. It's natural, rhythmic, and restorative. For seniors dealing with chronic constipation, this gentle boost is a welcomed shift. But even more compelling is how just 2 drops used consistently can add up over time. The body is highly receptive during rest. At night, it's not busy digesting meals or handling external stressors. It's healing. Repairing tissues, rebalancing hormones, and restoring immune strength. That's why timing matters. Applying castor oil either to specific pressure points, joints, or the abdomen before sleep optimizes absorption and allows the body to integrate its effects without disruption. A study published in the Journal of Naturopathic Medicine noted a statistically significant increase in lymphatic flow and decreased fatigue in participants using castor oil packs. These weren't high dosages or complicated treatments, just consistent small applications made at the right time. Real people, real results. Let's bring this down from science to lived experience. Take the story of Eleanor, 69, from Oregon. A retired nurse, she began using castor oil as a last-ditch effort after years of dealing with sleep disruption and aching hips. Prescription sleep aids made her groggy and didn't resolve the underlying issue. So she tried something simple, massaging 2 drops of castor oil into her temples and lower back before bed. Within 3 nights, she noticed deeper, less fragmented sleep. By week 2, she was waking with less pain and more clarity. Then there's Paul, 74, a former tennis instructor from Arizona. A hip replacement left him constipated from the pain medication and wary of over-the-counter laxatives. On a friend's recommendation, he began taking a teaspoon of warm water mixed with 2 drops of castor oil before bed. Not only did his bowel movements return to normal within 5 days, but he also noticed reduced bloating and less abdominal tension. These aren't isolated cases. In fact, research supports them. In a 2010 study conducted on elderly adults, over 75% of participants reported easier bowel movements after 2 weeks of castor oil use. Another clinical review found that topical applications of ricinoleic acid significantly reduced pain and stiffness in patients with osteoarthritis of the knee, some to a degree comparable to NSAID medications. Castor oil's impact on skin immunity and longevity. Beyond joints and digestion, another area where castor oil offers substantial value, especially for seniors, is skin health. With age, the skin undergoes profound changes. It becomes thinner, more fragile, and prone to dryness, cracking, and slow wound healing. Sebum production decreases, collagen levels decline, and hydration becomes a constant challenge. Castor oil addresses these issues not just superficially, but at a functional level. Its dense emollient nature allows it to deeply penetrate the epidermis and deliver long-lasting moisture. But hydration is only the beginning. What sets castor oil apart from commercial lotions is its anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial profile. The ricinoleic acid content soothes irritation, reduces redness, and supports the body's natural barrier functions. For seniors dealing with eczema, psoriasis, or age-related dryness, regular use of castor oil has been shown to significantly improve skin texture and reduce flare-ups. Additionally, castor oil is rich in antioxidants, which combat free radicals, unstable molecules that accelerate skin aging and damage. Over time, this can lead to visible improvements in skin tone, elasticity, and softness, without the artificial additives found in many store-bought creams. But the benefits go even deeper. Emerging research suggests that castor oil may help stimulate white blood cell production, a function particularly valuable for aging individuals whose immune responses have weakened over time. According to a study conducted by the Touchstone Center for Natural Medicine, participants using castor oil packs experienced elevated levels of lymphocytes, the very cells responsible for fighting infections and maintaining immune defense. This isn't just about fighting colds or preventing infections. A stronger immune system means more efficient repair at the cellular level, faster healing, and greater resilience against inflammation-related conditions that disproportionately affect older adults, including autoimmune disorders, cardiovascular disease, and even cancer. The oil's ability to promote lymphatic circulation is a major factor here. Unlike the circulatory system, which has the heart to pump blood, the lymphatic system relies on movement and stimulation to function. Inactivity common among seniors slows lymph flow, allowing waste and toxins to accumulate. Castor oil, when applied to areas like the abdomen or underarms, can enhance lymph movement, reduce swelling, and support detoxification. Together, these actions on the skin immune system and lymphatics make castor oil a uniquely comprehensive tool for promoting longevity, a safety-first approach to using castor oil. Of course, no health intervention is without considerations, and castor oil is no exception. Although castor oil is generally recognized as safe when used properly, there are a few precautions all older adults should be aware of before incorporating it into their routines. First, dosage matters. Internally, only a few drops are necessary to stimulate gentle digestion. Exceeding recommended amounts can lead to diarrhea, cramping, or dehydration conditions that can quickly become serious in seniors. It's best to begin with minimal quantities, 2 drops in a warm beverage at night, and observe the body's response before continuing. Second, when applying castor oil to the skin, it's important to perform a patch test. While allergies or rare sensitivity to the oil can cause localized irritation in some individuals, applying a small amount to the inner wrist or behind the ear and waiting 24 hours is a good starting point before full body use. Third, those with certain health conditions should consult a healthcare provider before using castor oil. This includes individuals with gastrointestinal disorders, kidney issues, or women who are pregnant, as castor oil can stimulate uterine contractions. Finally, always use high-quality, cold-pressed, hexane-free castor oil. Purity matters, especially when applying oil near the eyes, mouth, or internal organs. Avoid industrial-grade products or those labeled for external use only unless clearly designated as safe for skin and ingestion. By following these safety measures, castor oil can become a powerful and dependable part of your wellness routine, one that supports rather than compromises your health. How to build a castor oil nighttime routine. Starting a castor oil routine doesn't require a complete lifestyle overhaul. In fact, one of its biggest strengths is how easily it fits into your existing bedtime rituals. Here's a simple, effective method for joint or muscle pain. Warm 2 to 3 drops of castor oil between your palms and gently massage into sore areas, knees, hips, wrists before bed. For deeper relief, cover the area with a cloth and apply a hot water bottle for 20 minutes. For sleep support, dab a drop of castor oil onto each eyelid and gently smooth it in with clean fingertips. Many users report faster onset of sleep and fewer nighttime awakenings with this method. For digestive support, mix 2 drops of castor oil into a glass of warm water or herbal tea and drink slowly about 30 minutes before sleep. This can help with morning regularity and reduce bloating. For skin hydration, combine a few drops of castor oil with a lighter carrier oil such as almond or jojoba. Massage into dry areas, elbows, feet, face, and leave it overnight. It's especially effective in winter months when dryness intensifies. For immune and lymphatic health, rub a few drops of castor oil into the lower abdomen or underarms before bed. These are key lymphatic regions, and regular stimulation here supports detoxification. Consistency is key. The effects of castor oil compound over time, so sticking with this routine for 2 to 3 weeks can yield noticeable results in sleep, joint, comfort, skin clarity, and digestion. Conclusion 2. Drops to transformation. Aging isn't about decline, it's about adaptation. And sometimes it's the simplest tools that make the biggest difference. Castor oil has proven itself across centuries from ancient Egypt to modern-day clinical trials. But it's only in recent years that we've begun to understand why it works so well, especially for older adults. Its unique ability to promote circulation, fight inflammation, hydrate deeply, and support detoxification makes it far more than a folk remedy. It's a legitimate science-backed solution to many of the issues that make aging difficult. And it does all this with just 2 drops. The stories of people like Eleanor and Paul aren't rare. They're reminders that health isn't about doing more, but about doing what matters. In a world overloaded with supplements, medications, and complicated regimens, castor oil offers clarity, minimal input, maximum return. My professional advice? Try it. Test it gently. Track your body's response. Stay consistent. Use it wisely. You may find that with 2 drops taken at the right time and in the right way, you unlock the healing potential your body has been quietly holding on to all along. This is not about reversing age, it's about restoring balance. And sometimes balance begins with a humble drop of oil before bed. If you found this article insightful and want more trusted guidance on aging naturally and powerfully, don't forget to like this content and subscribe to the Longevity Secret channel. We bring you science-backed solutions and professional insight designed for seniors who want to thrive, not just survive. Your journey to lasting wellness starts with one simple step. Why not let it begin tonight?